Oh shit! Oh, that was less cool than I hoped it would be. I thought I'd begin with a nice flourish, but actually I just sort of knocked stuff over. It's all good. Okay, so so Louis and Olimar. Huh? We're already here? Louis said, awakening from his slumber. Then he got out of the ship. The ship was very different this time, but he fell to the ground, and Olimar frowned to himself. This didn't happen with them, though, Olimar thought inside his mind, remembering the Smashers. Olimar is going to have a hard time with him, Popo said, laughing. Then Pichu changed the channel. The screen showed Samus landing in Talon 4, and she landed with a somersault, but her suit was smaller than the last time. Oh shit, I did a Yorkshire accent, didn't I? Oh fuck, alright. Now it's time to explore this planet and search for more equipment, Samus said to herself and ran away. That wasn't, could be worse. Pichu changed the channel again. A little bit quasi Jon Snow, but Pichu changed the channel again. The channel was showing another different world that they haven't travelled to. There was a tall girl with a long green ponytail and blue clothes, brown boots and a sword in her belt, and there was a tall man in blue armour, purple hair and with a long axe standing in front of her. But Pichu noticed that they were going to kiss, so he changed the channel quickly. Ugh! I don't want to see a romance novel now, Pichu said, disappointed. Why is he disappointed? He changed the channel. He's fine. But Roy's eyes widened a lot and he spat out his coffee. On, Fox! Wait, isn't he too young for drink coffee? Too young to drink coffee is like 8, isn't it? I don't know, I don't drink coffee, but, I know people that do. I'm not saying I'm 8 years old, by the way. Don't be stupid. I'm 9. What was that for? Fox asked, angrily cleaning his face with a napkin. How does one angrily clean one's face with a napkin? Oh, yeah, I really gotta scrub my face clean with this napkin. Cursed be this napkin. That wasn't funny. She's my mother, Roy said in shock. Oh, shit. Roy said in shock, and that caused a lot of them to stare at Roy confused. Come again? Popo asked, confused. Guys, that was my mother when she was younger, but what is she doing with that guy? Roy asked in shock. You mean Lynn is your mother? Chris asked, and Roy nodded. And that guy, what's wrong with him? Don't you understand? My father wasn't him. It was my father, Elliewood. Roy explained. Oh, shit. He's caught his mum in the act. Fucking indecent proposal. I don't know, I haven't seen that movie. I see, Mewtwo said, nodding. Oh, it was quite weirdly phrased. My father wasn't him, it was my father, Elliewood. Could have worded that a little better. Sounds a little confused and confusing. I see, Mewtwo said, nodding. What? Ness asked. If Lynn manages to marry that guy, I'm afraid that Roy is going to disappear for good from us, Mewtwo stated, and everyone's jaws dropped, astonished. Won't that cause a time paradox? Popo asked us on some Back to the Future shit. Popo, scientists in the world had proven that time paradoxes don't exist, Nana responded, frowning. The point is, we need to stop him from marrying Lynn before it's too late. Ness said, and everyone nodded, agreeing. But all of a sudden, Pichu felt something bad inside his stomach. Ugh, I don't feel so good, said Pichu. I'm not feeling good either, said Pikachu, twirling his head slowly. Very soon, everyone else were feeling bad. Then Chris gasped. What? Lucario asked. Guys, there's a reason of why are we feeling so bad right now, Chris said. What is the reason? Falco asked. It's not weird that our breakfast has fire coming from it, Chris asked, raising an eyebrow. Everyone noticed that fire was coming from their food. Ellipsis. Fox didn't say anything. Ellipsis. Mewtwo didn't say anything. Normally says said anything, so kudos, Orichanneler Chris, you've apparently upgraded your English. That was condescending as fuck. I'm very sorry. I didn't mean for that to sound quite as sort of snobbish as it did. You know, vaguely racist colonial undertones. I apologize, Orichanneler Chris. Mewtwo didn't say anything. We just ate super spicy curry, Chris yelled in shock. The scene changes to outside the mansion, and a fiery red color came from the kitchen, with yells, screams, and pleas for water. Sorry, pleas for water. No, that makes sense. I don't know why I really stressed that one. Ah! Jigglypuff yelled. Hell broke soon inside the room, and many fireballs were coming from the Smashers, and they were trying to cover their mouths, but failed. Cover your mouth, Chris said, trying to cover his mouth. Great dialogue. It's no use! Sorry, just got a little reminding of a certain other series created by more talented people than I. It's no use. It's no use. It even sounds like it was Roy's dumbass accent. It's no use. The fire can burn our hands, Roy yelled. Ah, Pichu, look to another direction besides me, Pikachu yelled as his fireballs were burning Pichu alive. But the same happened to Pikachu, unfortunately. My feathers! Falco screamed. This is too hot! Nana yelled. I suspect this was a practical joke created by Master Hand, but this was perhaps poorly judged. Killing all of your fighters was, not the best decision you could have made. This is too hot! Nana yelled. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Mewtwo was trying to evade yelling. Sorry, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. That was a dumb joke, I'm sorry. Mewtwo was trying to evade yelling, but the effect was just too much for him to handle, and he yelled. I'll provide an approximation of Mewtwo yelling now. Something, I imagine it being, something like sort of, Ah! Or similar. I'm sorry. I just can't help myself, you know. It's just too easy. My tail! Lucario yelled, looking at... no, actually, that was really shitty of me, I'm sorry. Lucario yelled, looking at a little flame increasing in size to his tail. Where is Squirtle when you need him? Pichu asked in shock. Of course, the downside is I've now killed my voice. And all for that dumbass joke, and it wasn't funny, and it wasn't nice, and yeah, I didn't mean for it to be as loud as it was. I should just... Pichu asked in shock. My hat! That's my hat, by the way. Cockney accent isn't very conducive to saying the word my hat. Ness yelled, watching his hat for sleep being burned by the fire. The Mr. Saturn from before got out with a tiny flame burning his ribbon. Command room. Where's that noise coming from? Master Hand asked, and he made a virtual screen showing the kitchen and the poor Smashers being burned alive, and gasped, The kitchen! Oops, I think I served super spicy curry instead of eggs, Crazy Hand muttered to himself, and his brother ran away with... Okay, so it wasn't intentional. It was all just a little mishap. These things happen, you know. Crazy Hand muttered to himself, and his brother ran away with a huge bucket with water to douse the fire.